Happy New Year. I know that you guys don't want to be here so early into the new year, so we're going to try to move as quickly through the calendar as possible. As you may know, this is a code enforcement hearing for the City of North Miami. Today is January 2nd, 2013, and I am Beatrice Cazzo, Special Magistrate for the City of North Miami. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer of the city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded. Therefore, all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. We have a translator who will assist you during these proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, or any witness that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today. And do you understand what is required to resolve the violation? Please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and then the property owner / violator will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved, or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new, non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation, and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, I will table this case proceeding to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my finding of fact and or ruling, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order on the case to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with the Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by the special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, and it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal their case should provide their own court reporter at these proceedings. Pursuant to city codes, if the City of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. Now, if you are giving testimony today on a case, please rise and raise your right hand as Mr. Graham issues the oath.
If you're giving testimony in a case, please rise and raise your right hand and take the oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please say, I do. I do. Thank you. May be seated.
Actually, can everyone please rise for the Pledge of
We'll do
Allegiance?
the pledge. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Graham, do we have any additions, corrections, or deletions to the hearing agenda?
Yes, we do, Your Honor. Referring to the agenda, the cases that I call aloud are going to be removed from the agenda because they have complied, or they have been postponed to another hearing calendar, or they've been removed from the calendar for good cause. Starting with the agenda items 1 and 2, Afzal and Sabia Khan, KCE BNP 2012-00011 and CELDR 2012-00004 have both been postponed to February. Item number 3, Ann Molas, CEMHO 2012-00066 has complied. Item 4, Arturo Mucho Trigo, KCE RCV 2012-00092 has complied. Item 5, Carlos and Melissa Campos, CEBNP 2012-00110 has complied. Item 6, Charlene Hanford, CEEXP 2012-00203 has complied. Item 7, David Gotlinski, KCEBNP 2012-00086 has complied. Item 9 and 10, Eden Gehebrielasi, CEXP 2012-00220 and CEXP 2012-00219 have both complied. Item 11, Emmeline and Klaus Schultz, CEBNP 2012-00091 postponed to February. Let me just correct this. Turning to the next page. Item 14, Francesca Gaspard, CEIVY 2012-00222 has complied. Item 15, Francois and Shermise Louis, MHO 2012-00071 has complied. Item 16, Freddie Boza and Lydia Martinez, CEBNP 2012-00101 postponed to February. Item 17, Gerald and Nell Opstall, CEXP 2012-00107 has complied. Item 19, Harvchava LLC, CEJNK 2012-00153 has complied. Item 20, Hilaire and Whistleen Monestim, CEXP 2012-00202 has complied. Item 21, Jacob and Monique Prashnik, CEBNP 2011-00208 has complied. Turning to the next page. Item 25 and 26, Janine Auguste, CEXP 2012-00215 and CEMHO 2012-00065 have both complied. Item 27, Jenny Lee Navarro, CENUS 2012-00048 postponed to March. Item 28, Jerome and Anna Curley, CEXP 2012-00197, off calendar due to jurisdiction. 29, Joan Winokur and Kenneth Heller, CEBLR 2012-00072 is complied. Item 31, Julie and Betty Balaban, CELDR 2012-00021, postponed to February. Item 32, Kenneth and Angela Ward, CEXP 2012-00207 is complied. Item 33, Luis and Eva Bermudez, CEPFY 2012-00195 has complied. Item 34, MP Davidson Trust, CEZOA 2012-00003 is complied. Item 37, Osiris Ibanez and others, CEODS 2012-00103 is complied. Turning to the next page. Item 39, Peter and Evie Rutherford, CEXP 2012-00134 is complied. Items 40 and 41, Philippe Joseph, CEIVY 2012-00227 and CEJNK 2012-00152 have both complied. Item 42, Raul and Blanca Mendoza, CEJNK 2012-00124 is complied. Item 43, Raymond Germain, CEIVY 2012-00221 is complied. Item 45, Rita Setacase, CEXP 2012-00189 is complied. Item 46, Robert Hurtado, CEBMP 2012-00104 is complied. Item 43, Roland and Jean Timothy, CEXP 2012-00198 has complied. Item 48, Rosa Yanis, CEBRD 2012-00009 is complied. Turning to the last page, item 51, Trevor Daniel and Adrien McIntosh, CEMHA 2012-00006 is complied. Item 52, Valerie Westbrook, CEXP 2012-00153 is complied. Item 54, Vito Gili, CERCV 2012-00096 has complied. And 55, Eden Geheberlassi, CEXP 2012-00218 is complied. Your Honor, those are the cases that have been removed from this evening's agenda.
Thank you. Let me call the first case.
Okay, we will begin with the agenda item number 35 on the agenda 35 for the property owner Minerve Michelle, who owns a homesteaded property at 14285 Northeast 10th Avenue, KCEXP 2012-00186. This is Ms. Christie's case. The case was opened on October 5th, 2012. It was heard in December and tabled to this evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Please state your name for the record.
Minerve Michelle.
And you are the property owner?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Michelle. And you recall that we met last month and discussed the case?
Yes.
All right, we're here tonight to get an update from Ms. Christie on the events that have occurred since the last hearing. And then I'll give you an opportunity to ask any questions of Ms. Christie and then to make any statements to the court.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Ms. Christie.
Vito Lynn Christie, Code Compliance. As of this morning, when a picture was taken, there has been no changes. The home has not been painted.
Can I see the photographs?
Do you have any questions of Ms. Christie?
No.
Okay, Ms. Michelle, if you would tell us what's going on with the house.
I just received a call 1 hour ago before I got here. And tomorrow I need to come down here and meet with she said contractor. I need to sign some papers in order for the city because I applied for the program. And I'm still waiting on them. Tomorrow I need to meet with them to sign some papers so they can come and paint it.
When did you apply, ma'am?
Last month, like a week before I came here.
All right.
Oh.
Do we have anything on that? Do we have any information on that, Alan? Mr. Graham, I'm sorry.
Regarding the program?
Correct. Do we have any information regarding her applying and that?
Unless Ms. Christie has some documentation as evidence that There was an application filed and something from CP&D saying that the application is ready. We have nothing in the file.
No?
No, I don't.
Okay. I am reviewing photographs that were taken today. Actually, it does show that the painting is peeling off the walls. Okay, ma'am, you have indicated that you did applied with the city
Yes.
for the.
And I just received a call before I came here.
Okay,
And
you're
she said
scheduled to
tomorrow
meet
at
with
10
them?
a.m. I need to meet with the contractor to sign some papers so they can come up there and paint the house. Like I stated last month, I'm not working.
All right,
right
so what do you want to do, officer? Can we postpone this for next month hearing
It's
or?
up to you.
Okay, she's applied, and if it took the city a month to schedule an appointment with her, then it is what it is. Does the city attorney have a recommendation or an opinion about it?
This is a continued case, new case.
As it is a new case and it was previously continued, the city we would like a finding of guilt. However, any leeway that the special magistrate can give the violator as it relates to an abatement date, the city would have no objection to that.
Okay, this case opened in October and we were here in December. Ms. Michelle has indicated that she applied over a month ago and she just received the call for an appointment, and therefore I think we should table this matter and give her the opportunity to meet with the city and schedule it for the next hearing, and at which point we'll get an update as to where we are. Okay, ma'am, you
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
Okay. So we will see you in February 6, 2013.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
you, ma'am. Happy New
Thanks.
Year.
Okay, Ms. Michelle, what we're going to do is we will send you paperwork to your home with the order of the judge. However, you must, at the next hearing, if you come and the house is not done, must make sure you bring paperwork. Anything that you sign by the city, they will give you a copy. Be sure to bring that to the court as evidence that the city did sign you up for the paint program, so that we have some proof of that. Okay? All right, thank you for coming. Okay. All right, if you are ready to continue, we will
Yes.
go
Yes.
to agenda item number 36, Olympia E. Auto. Okay, for the property, homestead property at 830 Northwest 122nd Street, case CEODS 2012-00100. This was a case that was opened by Ms. Sanders on September 11th, 2012. This was adjudicated last month at last month's hearing on December 5th, and the abatement date is for today. The fine was established not to exceed $25 a day if it was not complied. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Your name, please, for the record.
Mark Anthony Otto.
And Mr. Otto, how are you related to Olympia Otto?
I am her son. I reside there.
Thank
at the
you.
address.
And Ms. Sanders, we're going to receive a report from you as to the status of this case. And then, Mr. Otto, if you have any questions after Ms. Sanders is done testifying, you are welcome to ask her any questions, and then you can make a statement to the court.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Otto. Ms. Sanders.
Shannon Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. I inspected the property roughly today about 3 o'clock. Some of the items have been removed, but compliance has not been met at this time.
Mr.
Okay, Mr. Otto, do you have any questions of the code officer?
No, I know that she had come by. A lot of times, like I said, I'm working on it every day, working diligently. I did say yes, Special Magistrate. I did say yes. I thought I could get it done in a month, and then I said, I have an extra month. The holidays were really busy for me. I do Toys for Tots. I do a lot of things. I have been working diligently on it. I got the big items out. I'm doing the tedious little things, just some boxes and bags of things that I had. They've deteriorated. I have to I'm salvaging what I can salvage. I'm throwing away the rest. I'm going by every Monday, my bulk pickup. I even have pictures of putting out things. If I could just have a little bit more time, I got my rhythm of this thing and how I'm doing it. I'm getting it accomplished. I promise you that. If there's any way I could just be extended a little bit more time, and I will
Officer-
have.
Can I see the pictures again?
Yes.
And have you seen any significant change
Um,
since the last time you were here?
I've taken pictures today. I'll let you determine from the pictures that were shown last month in reference to the pictures that were taken today around 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Please show them, Mr. Otto.
Yeah.
Leaving?
Thank you.
Could I comment on them too, or could I comment now, or do you want me to
Just
wait?
take a look at the
Sure.
pictures first, and then you can comment as the board's looking at.
I remember your case, Mr. Otto.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
gonna look at the pictures and see how much work you've done, because I
That is new stuff, Your Honor. I promise you that. It's not the same, those items are not the same bags of items.
but
It's
the
new.
idea was to remove, not to add new stuff.
No, I'm not adding new stuff, Honor. I promise you that. I'm also cleaning the inside of the house. I have to, because I think my mom's going to be putting on the market. I'm doing more than actually what North Miami needs me to do, but I have to go by what I can go. I'm kind of doing a spearhead attack on the yard and the house at the same time. I'm still keeping my job, hopefully, and doing it. Every bit of daylight that I have, I work on it, and I'm even acquired a drop light now to be able to work on it at night. But I have gotten a lot done, and the pictures I have in my phone are the size loads that I put out on Monday. We're fortunate enough to have a bulk pickup every Monday.
See the old ones.
They should be in the back somewhere. I can pull them out. It falls in order, as in things been going on. They should be further to the back.
Okay, I'm not able to look, okay.
I definitely have the impetus to get this done. I'm in full swing of it now.
Have you located the ones in the back?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And if I can add, he hasn't really been adding anything. It's just, as I explained last month, it's just that it's so compacted in there that as he's moving stuff, as layers or more
is
layers
true.
are being discovered, but he is moving some stuff. This isn't anything new.
This is and if
Mr.
I-
Otto,
Yes, ma'am.
are you able to seek help from?
I have help in the way of, I just had a whole bunch of like wood removed. You know how I had some extra wood for hurricane usage and everything. Big things that were just really cumbersome. I had help with that. The people wanted it, so they helped me remove it, and they took it away from the property. I didn't have to wait for bulk pickup. And there's other things like that. The appliances, I got those sold. There was a couple appliances she may have listed on the thing, and I actually got those sold. So it's really just tedious little stuff. I'm on the downswing of this. I promise you that. It's stuff that I can bag and handle.
I commend you for working on it. It still looks really bad. I'm reviewing the photographs that have been presented by the officer, and
Your Honor, the stuff to the right, if you'll notice, that is stuff that is not trash. I know I'm not storing it there. It's just stuff that is waiting for pickup, and the stuff right in front of the house is what I actually am working on. And there's what I'm saying. I have a system where I have stuff that's going to be trashed and stuff that's going to be saved and removed, but not kept there.
any recommendation by the city attorney?
Your Honor, as the property owner has been progressively trying to actively comply with the court's order, the city would have no objection if you wanted to postpone it. However, the city would strongly like to keep that abatement date and strongly remind the property owner that if he does not comply by the next abatement date, it can go retroactive, any fine that is issued at that time.
I understand, ma'am.
Okay, sir, you understand?
Yes, that means
Okay.
the monies would be added
Table this to federal.
already, what would be to what would be in the future. I
Correct.
understand.
So when you come back here in February, No excuses,
No excuses, ma'am.
okay?
I mean, I did ask for that extra month as a cushion. I didn't realize I probably only need to have 2 extra weeks because I'm going to be on this thing like nobody's business. I'm just saying. But I did want that extra month, but now I realize that I couldn't have got it done in the month with the holidays
Okay.
and everything. But there's nothing Martin Luther King Day, and I just do a parade on that with my Marines. I can get this done. There's nothing else to keep me. No holidays or anything. I will concentrate on it.
All right, sir, thank you.
All
We'll
right.
see you on the 6th.
For sure. Do
Thank
I-
you for coming tonight.
Thank you.
There's nothing- We'll send you paperwork.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Otter. Same to you, sir. The next case we'll present is Mr. Wilcox's case. Agenda item number 8, Donovan Walters. Is Donovan Walters here? All right. This is a, let's see.
I'm
This
sorry,
is
can you give me the number? again?
agenda item number 8, which is a new case.
Oh. I don't know what I did with my number 8. Go ahead.
This was opened by Mr. Wilcox on November 5th for the property at 12025 Northwest Miami Court, non-homesteaded property, case CEMHO 2012-00070, to repair a front broken window. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Name is Richard Hector.
You spell your last name, please, sir.
Last name Hector, Hector.
And Mr. Hector, your relationship to the property or Mr. Walter?
I have no relationship to Mr. Walter, but I am the new property owner. It was purchased via county courthouse on December 5th, 2012.
Okay, sir, how did you get a notice of today's hearing?
It was on the front door.
Okay. Did you understand the violation and the information on the violation, or do you understand the violation?
Yes, I believe it's the broken
window.
window.
Okay.
The only reason why I haven't fixed it yet is I'm waiting for title.
Okay. Let me stop you right there.
Sorry.
At least I just want to see your relationship and your understanding of the violation. I'm going to ask Officer Wilcox to explain how he came to cite the house, and then you will have an opportunity to ask him any questions, and if no questions, then make a statement to the court on what you intend to do to fix this problem. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wilcox.
Yes, Officer Wilcox, City of North Miami Code Compliance. The property address is located at 12025 Northwest Miami Court. It's non-homesteaded property. There's no life or safety issues there. This is a minimum housing violation, broken windows, and it was cited under code section 545. I observed this violation. I initially observed this violation on November 5th, 2012. I posted the property with a notice to appear 12/21/2012. I left a business card on the door. I have not received no correspondence from the property owner. Just let the gentleman explain what's going on there, and I'm going to submit the photos into record.
Mr. Hector, officer showed you some photographs. Is this the house that you purchased?
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm reviewing photographs that were taken on this date by the code enforcement officers showing, am I looking at broken windows? Okay. Mr. Hector, you've had an opportunity to review the photographs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you said you are the new owner of the property?
That is correct.
All right. What do you intend to do with the property and the broken windows?
As soon as I receive title, which would be probably, I estimate, within the next 15 to 20 days, I intend to repair window and completely remodel the house.
Okay. All right. In that case, the city have a recommendation?
Well, the city would recommend, based off of the photographic evidence depicting the violation and no rebutting evidence showing that there is no violation, that there would be a finding of guilt. However, the city would like to ask for 60 days for abatement in this case because of the fact that the property owner has indicated that He has not yet taken title, as well as additional time for him to secure the proper permits to actually come into compliance.
I think I'm going to allow Mr. Hector, who has just acquired this property, give him some time to get this matter resolved. At this point, I'm not going to enter a finding of guilt. We will give you an opportunity to get the title and repair the property.
Thank you.
So we will table it or postpone it?
We, under the circumstances and hearing your ruling, that the city would then suggest to bring this back on March 6th, which should be adequate time for you to obtain your title and to make the necessary permits. If it's just glass that has to be replaced, you don't need permits. But if you're going to replace the entire window or do any major remodeling, you will need building permits. So I would recommend that we bring this back March 6th if necessary for a report.
Great. Hopefully, we won't have to see you, Mr. Hector. Good luck to you.
You won't, I promise.
Mr. Hector, just for information, I'm going to give you a pamphlet on the building permit process in our city.
Okay.
And also ask you, the mail has been going to the residence address. Do you want the mail to go there or to some other address until you...
I can leave another address if needed.
Well, wherever you would like your mail to go,
Yeah.
if you would like copies of mail. If you just give me your address and state it for the record.
Address is 8004 Northwest 154th Street, Suite 217, Miami Lakes, Florida 33016.
16, good. We will make sure we copy you with with any paperwork, because until the Dade County property records are updated, we still are required by statute to send mail to the residence address.
Okay,
But
thank
we
you.
will also duplicate copy you
Thank you.
to the Miami Lakes address.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilcox, do you have any business cards?
Yes. Yes, I have a business
I'll
card.
make sure he has a business card. Thank you for coming tonight. Okay. All right, we're going to go on to the next case, which is Miss Christie's case. The property owners German and Margarita Cardona for the homesteaded property at 13000 Northeast 11th Avenue, case CEXP 2012-00209. This is a new case opened on October 23rd, 2012 for exterior main residence to I guess pressure clean and paint.
Please, español.
Okay. Uno momento.
Okay.
No, where is he? Are you a family member? Okay, please come forward. And if you would, state your name for the record.
It's John Cardona.
And this is,
This is my dad.
okay, German?
Yes.
Cardona?
Yes.
Okay. Buenas noches, señor.
Sí, buenas noches.
Okay. Mr. John Cardona, if you
Yes.
would raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear that you will translate from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, I do. As
Thank
long as
you.
we go slow, because sometimes
We will go slow.
All right, thank you.
Claro. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. We are going to begin with Miss Christie explaining what she saw at the house. Diga. Señor, ¿comprende? Diga.
Va a empezar lo que ella va a decir del caso y unas fotos.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Christie?
Vidal and Christie, code compliance. Property was inspected on 10/23, where I noted that the building walls, paint peeling off the paint and damaged wood on the property. I do have pictures for the record and current pictures as of today. Property was posted with notice to appear, and there has been no changes.
Okay. Señor? Diga.
Está explicando que tiene fotos ahí que desde octubre y está diciendo que las fotos que tomaron en octubre y que fotos de hoy no tienen ningún cambio. Está específicamente.
Miss Christie, if you would show the photos, please, first to Mr. Cardona.
Side of the house, the rear part.
Right. Okay. Okay. And that was from October, right?
No, this is from today.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Eso es de hoy. Right. Okay.
Yes, please.
Mr. Cardona, this is your house, ¿verdad?
Esa es su casa.
Su casa.
Sí.
Gracias.
That's all.
Okay. I am reviewing photographs that were taken on this day, showing the painting peeling off the off the walls.
Yes. Can I speak for 1 second? Okay.
Okay. Senor?
He started painting the house just within like the last 10 days of the house. He's asking for an extension of 30 days tops, and the house shall be completed with the painting and all the work that he's doing on the outside of the house. So we asked if they can grant him 30 days extension, and the inspector can pass by and review and even knock on the door, and we'll come out and talk with the inspector if possible.
It's up to you. This is a new
You said
case.
you're currently painting inside the house?
No, outside the house.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes from the first time you noticed the violation?
The property was actually inspected by another officer today. If you wish to have that officer testify also. Sure.
Okay, is that officer present?
Yes.
Okay.
Who is that, Wayne? Okay, Officer Clark will come forward and give additional testimony.
Sure.
He has been sworn.
Officer Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This property is for the exterior paint. I was just over there about an hour ago, and I took the photo. One of the gentlemen was scraping the front wall, so to date, it's still in the same condition. And I guess just today they were just trying to start remedying the problem, but right now it's the same.
Okay.
If that's what you was asking.
If you look on the left side of the house, well, that's like on one side of the house.
Right.
If you look on the left side, he did paint and he did scrape it. If you're more than welcome, after this hearing, I don't know until what time you work, you can go there and see that he did had the same scrapings like that on the other sides of the wall. Now those scrapings, it's gone and it's painted.
Okay, but we're not going to stay out there all day and go at 6 o'clock to see if
No,
he finished
it's
it.
understandable.
But again, I just was there maybe a little over an hour ago, and I'm not saying that he's not trying to remedy the problem, but what I saw is that they were just prepping it, scraping the front wall. Now the side wall, I don't know about, but the front wall is what I saw was chipping. This particular picture was taken because I was having problems getting a clear shot because they have so much landscaping against the house as well as in the middle of the yard that kind of blocks your visibility. But the front wall, you're saying that you finished the front wall?
The side, but where he parks
Okay,
the
well,
driveway, like
he's still
the
working
driveway.
on it, in other words.
Right, the driveway, that side is pretty much, is totally different.
It's a corner house.
Yeah.
So they have.
It's like an L, like a little L. So he finished one side and now he's doing the front, like the gentleman said. He is working
Okay.
on that.
So your father is the one working on it
Yes,
himself?
yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
All right. Counsel?
Your Honor, as the property owner is currently working on the issue and what we're trying to get is compliance, the city has no objection to tabling the case and granting the 30-day extension that they're requesting.
You want to explain to your dad that the city has recommended that we table this matter and give your father some time to get this violation resolved.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ellos están recomendando, va a dar una extensión y que usted tiene que terminar durante ese tiempo de esa extensión, que ellos van a dar la fecha y tiene que estar completamente pintada y arreglada y no con violaciones.
And if the work is done, sir, before the next, are we giving him till the next hearing date?
Yes, February 6th.
February
Bravo.
6th. Contact the code enforcement officer so that you don't have to come back here. But if the violation still exists, then you're going to need to come back. You understand?
Okay, is that right here on this piece of paper, the number?
You can talk to
Yes.
her. She's right there.
Okay,
She's
no
the
problem.
officer. Okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, good luck to
Thank
you,
you very
sir.
much.
Thank you,
Happy New
officer.
Year.
Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Igualmente.
Okay.
Gracias. All right, if you're ready, we will continue with Ms. Sanders' case against James and Sue Ellen Estep for the homesteaded property at 1160 Northwest 126th Street, case CER CV 2012-00079. A new case opened on September 14, 2012 regarding a white boat parked on the front lawn of the property. And the boat is permitted to be parked on the sides or the rear.
Sure, Mr.
good
Brown, what page?
Agenda 22.
22. Thank you.
22. Good evening.
Good evening.
Would you please state your name for the record and how you're related to the property?
Sue Ellen Estep, and I'm a part owner with my brother James.
Thank you, Ms. Estep. We appreciate it. This is a new case. Did you receive notice from the city regarding the boat?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
Actually, I spoke with Ms. Saunders last year, and I thought that I had a variance, being that this boat has been parked here for 6 years. And in the beginning, when the boat first came 6 years ago, I got violations, and I had another code enforcement officer. I don't remember her name.
Okay.
And I had to get a variance. I had to come down to the court and get a permit. Had to plant hedges on both sides to create the illusion that it's to be in compliance.
Okay.
And I did that. And I had to get signatures all the way from the neighbors. I did all that. And I gave it to her. I can't be 100% clear on how that all worked out. I knew that I never got bothered again,
Okay.
to be quite honest.
All right, Ms. Estep, what we're going to do is we're going to let Ms. Sanders explain what she saw and why she cited you. And then I'm glad you mentioned that you did apply for a variance, and we'll explore that further. Ms. Sanders, please.
I'm Shannon Sanders, City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. As already stated, we did have a couple of conversations. I first noted this boat on the property back in August of last year. I sent a couple of letters, got no response. For about a month or two, she came in, I believe it was November. Again, we had the conversation, as she already explained, stating that she had a variance. I looked in the computer, I looked in the old Eden system, I even went next door to Building and Zoning, did a little search through microfilm. I didn't find anything. She said she would do a little search on her own. As of today, nothing has been found from the city in or was presented to me by the property owner. So I proceeded to bring this case because as of today, the boat still remains, and again, nothing has been found to show that there's a variance on file.
And I accept that. I accept that in 6 years it's not there. I didn't do it. The city didn't do it. However it works out. What I would request is that if I could get a little bit of time, because now there's a fee for this permit. 6 years ago, I know for a fact that I didn't pay anything. So I don't know if that's why it never went all the way through or what happened there. But I know now that it's almost $300 now. And I quite frankly do not have the $300, but I was talking to my brother, and we file income tax. We have to get the papers from the mortgage company, but nowadays you can do it online. And if I can just get 30 days or 60 days would be better, because I don't know how long it'll take to get the income tax. If you notice, I did put up some hedges on the fence because I realized that on the other side of my property, it seems that the hedges had died. They didn't survive it. On one side, on my side, where you come out of the house, they're real big and bushy. But on the other side, they're not. So I planted some new ones there for the hedges.
Is there anywhere else on the property that you can park this boat?
No, ma'am, there's 3.5 feet on both sides, and the boat is 8 foot wide minimum.
Okay. You have photographs? You said?
Yes, I do. This is the day when I took pictures of the house and the boat in the front. And these are the ones from when I first initially saw the violation.
Yeah, I put some hedges right here.
Yeah, that's what I was looking when you were saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
They
You
did-
see,
they-
this is the side.
Yeah, I have the hedges up there now.
I'm sorry, I somewhat heard of a discussion saying you always wanted to table the case, and yes, I did speak to Joanne Martin. I looked in the computer, I looked on microfilm, I went into the old IBM system. I don't show anything at all on file. Per our conversation, she said she was going to do a little research on her own. Just reminding you, this was about 2 months ago. Not that I don't want to give an extension, but, you know, through these 2 months, I thought some searches would have been done in addition to what I was already doing. But yes, to answer your question, I have spoke with Joanne, and nothing has been found to show any variance even applied for.
But
I
do
mean,
you
not to
find
say
it
that it didn't
interesting
happen.
that the property owner is saying that this has been there on the property for 6 years? And she's never had an issue until today, until now?
No, that's not surprising. That's not surprising at all. I mean,
Okay.
boats come and go. They go out on the waters. They come. We change zones.
That's the issue, right?
Okay. All right, I'm reviewing photographs that were taken.
Yeah, 6 years
Was it
ago,
today?
that was, that zone where the property is located was being patrolled by another code officer, so it's
Okay.
quite possible that, you know, there may have been something there, and we just don't know. I think the city would, and I think the city attorney would agree. I think we appreciate all the work that Ms. Sanders has done, but I think we need to check with Ms. Martin, because if there was a variance, it would be in Ms. Martin's records, and I know there have been changes in that staff too. So I would recommend we just table this case for 30 days, and I would also ask you to go to the zoning department and make contact with Joanne Martin and let her research, plus hearing from you exactly what you know about it. Maybe she can find it, or it would help locate if there was an administrative variance granted, then
Yeah.
she might be able to locate it.
Okay, and I can get the paperwork started on the new variance, you know, just in case it's not found, so that if the funds do become available, I will take care of this right away.
And you would have to do that with Ms. Martin anyway.
Right, I understand that.
So
Okay.
if the city attorney has no objection.
I'd like to
that's what
apologize to Ms. Sanders
we'd
for not being
recommend.
Oh, no apology needed.
more on top of this.
No,
you can
that's
bring
fine.
it back
Ma'am.
in a month for a report.
Ma'am, the city attorney has recommended that we table this matter for 30 days, giving you the opportunity to find out what happened with the variance, and if not, apply for new ones. So we will see you back here on February 6th.
Thank you.
Thank
So-
you, ma'am.
I just want to restate that you know what you have to do. You need to make an appointment with Joanne Martin in the zoning department. Sit
Okay.
down with her and tell her exactly, give her the history, and see if she can locate the administrative variance. And if not, you'll have to ask her for a new application.
I'll do it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Can I write down that name?
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming
Thank
tonight.
you.
All right, good. We'll continue now with Ms. Christie's case with the assistance of Code Officer Clark for Patrick Eustache, who has a homesteaded property at 1200 Northeast 128th Street, case CEMHA 2012-00007. This case was opened by Ms. Christie on October 5th, 2012. It was adjudicated, Your Honor, by you last month, December 5th, with an abatement date of today, and a maximum fine of $25 per day should the violation not be complied. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Please state your name for the record.
Patrick Eustache.
And you are the owner of the property?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Christie will give us a report, and then you can ask any questions of Ms. Christie or give a statement to the court. Ms. Christie.
Beadle and Christie, code compliance. Proper posting was done for the residents for tonight's hearing, and as of today, there has been no changes. I do have pictures for the record.
All right,
You can
please
show
show
it
them
to
to
Mr.
Ms.
Eustace.
Your Honor, this was for accessory structure violation. Pool cover was damaged, torn, and it required some repair
These
work.
two are done for today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. And there are some original photos and some comparison photos that
I'm reviewing photographs that were taken today. I'm also reviewing some old photographs that were taken back in November, and it's clear that there's been no change. Mr. Eustache, have you had the opportunity to review the photographs that the officers have presented?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is your property, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this has been ongoing since October. Do you currently live on the property?
No, man, it's a family house. I
Okay.
live, in different residents, but that's my family's house. My mother and 2 siblings still live currently at the house as of right now.
What do you intend to do to remedy the violation?
Right now, I don't know if they were able to see that. We have a group of people, like I stated to my mother earlier, when we was discussing the violations. Financially, right now, we're in a setback. So luckily for us, we at a church where we attend a church that, they usually have different programs that they can help out. And so they have a couple of people right now that are pressure cleaning the entire structure of the house and the pool area. The pool area has actually been, to be quite honest, it has been an issue, an ongoing issue, dated back from Hurricane Katrina. Our pump went out on us. We had my mother hired a group of individuals to do the tilling of the pool, and they took a deposit from her. They skipped town. We never ever got back with them, and they took a large deposit from us. So it actually, made us go through a little down spiral. So we're actually debating, do we want to do away with the pool? I know there's a procedure for that, or if we're, if the church is going to be able to have different individuals to help us out with that. But as of current right now, they're pressure cleaning the entire pool area. They're going to repaint the pool. They're going to chip away the what's left of the pool, the actual pool area. They're going to pressure clean that, and they're going to repaint that as well, the entire structure of the pool. We had a lot of different structures. I see that was on there too. There's different structures that was in the back area there. We actually took those structures out, which wasn't a lot. It was just different furnitures, and I have a yay high Hammond organ that was back there. I'm a musician, so I'm taking that out as well, and I'm gonna be.
I'm more concerned, and I don't mean to cut you
No,
off,
no,
but
no,
I'm
no.
more concerned about the pool covering. Is that
The
one?
structure that's
stru-
covering the pool with the meshes and
That's currently
Okay.
damaged.
this
So-
metal structure.
Like I said before, it's either we're going to do away with that, or we're actually trying to see with our church if they can help us with. They have different people that do pool working, fix pools or whatnot. That is that resides in the church, and they're going to see if they're going to work with us as far as payment is concerned to work around our budget to fix the tile. But I mean the tilling around the pool and the entire frame structure altogether. Do I have a quote as of right now? No. We have to have a meeting with the board of the church to see if they can work with us. But like I stated before, about a year ago, I'll say 2010, late 2009, we had a group come in. They took a down deposit, and they never came back to do anything with us. And it was a payment of $2,500 that they took from us. And that was that story there.
Okay. Counsel?
Your Honor, I'm going to leave it up to you on this one. I mean, it's up here for a fine ratification. It appears that the property owner is trying to make an active effort to secure funding or some kind of way to comply. And as such, we really leave it in your hands.
Okay, Mr. Eustache,
Yes, ma'am.
I understand that you are currently seeking help from your church,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
members of your church, and I understand that you had been ripped off. This matter was adjudicated back in December, and the abatement date is today. What we're going to do is give you some time.
Okay.
Understand that if you come back and you have not rectified the problem, then you can actually owe fines retroactively.
Definitely.
Meaning if you come back in February and if the work is not done, then the fines start to accumulate as of today.
Definitely. I
So
understand.
we'll give you, Mr. Graham, how long do you think? we should allow
Would
him?
like to have this back February 6th for report.
Okay,
And
so,
And the city, in addition, the city would like to see some documentation from the church board of contracts, some kind of documentation that there is an active effort in progress at that time.
do you understand that, sir?
Definitely.
Okay.
you would have to
So-
bring a letter from the church indicating they are working with you and exactly what assistance they are going to be able to offer.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so work diligently, trying to make a decision and have something done. Get it done and make contact with the code enforcement officer to let her know, any progress, what's going on.
Definitely.
And if nothing else, we will see you back here in February.
6th.
Gotcha. And quick question, and it's basically the structure around the pool
Yes,
and
sir.
the tails around the pool as well. Well, just the overall structure.
Yes, the overall structure, not the physical pool, but the structure,
Okay,
since
definitely.
it's at the front of the house.
Okay, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. All right, the next case will be Code Officer Wilcox's case. Agenda item 23, Jean Narcisse and Berlinda Pascal for the non-homesteaded property at 565-67 Northwest 133rd Street, KCE JNK 2012-00136. This case was opened by Mr. Wilcox on October 1st, 2012. It was adjudicated December 5th. Abatement date is today. The fine was set at a maximum of $25 per day for failure to comply. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Jean Narcisse.
Thank you for coming tonight. And Mr. Wilcox will begin. We'll get with the status report, and then if you have any questions for him, we will allow you to ask him any questions or to make a statement to the court.
Okay.
Mr. Wilcox.
Yes, Officer Wilcox, considered North Miami Code compliance. As of today, the violation still remains. I went there and they took current photos. I'm going to submit the photos into record as of now.
Not more here.
Thank you. Mr. Narcisse, Mr. Wilcox has shown you two photographs. Are this your car?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
thank you.
Okay. I am reviewing photographs that were taken on this date showing a junk vehicle. Is that in front of the property?
Behind the property.
Okay. And it's the same vehicle from the photographs that were taken back in December, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, this matter has been ongoing since October. What is your plan to have this vehicle removed from the property?
Somebody went from me. Then they left the car on the yard, and they took the motor out because I don't live there. They took the motors out. They took the tires out. I tried to take them out, and I can't. So I need some time to take him out.
And how are you going to take it out? Because you just said you tried and you weren't able to.
And I'm going to get somebody with. I'm going to rent a forklift with. I call that. With the towing, I can pull him out on the back of the yard.
Mr. Wilcox?
Yes, that might be possible if he, frankly, I don't know how you're going to get it from back there. I don't know unless he removed the rear fence and a portion of the fence and, like he said, get a forklift or maybe get some type of front end loader with the forks and get it out of there.
So it's not an easy job?
No, it's not an easy job.
Your Honor, normally on junk vehicles, I'm very heavy-handed because it's very easy to just call a tow company and have them tow the vehicle out of the property. In this instance, since it will require removal of a fence, possibly rental of a forklift,
Right.
I'm not sure any tow company is going to come here for free and do that kind of a job. So in this specific circumstance, I'd have no objection to you giving him additional time.
How long do you want to give him, Mr. Brown?
We would bring this back for report for February 6th with the admonition that, it needs to be off the property then, or the case, the city would not recommend any further continuances, and we will be asking for a fine to be imposed at the next hearing.
Okay.
So we would give you another 30 days, and that's it.
Okay.
C'est fini.
Okay.
You understand, Mr. Narcisse?
understand.
Start working on it tomorrow.
I'm going to try very hard to take him out.
Okay, get it done. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. The next case we have is agenda item 49, Ms. Sanders' case, agenda item 49, Simone Hippolyte for the homesteader property at 12005 Northwest 11th Avenue, case CEEXP 2012-00176. This case is a new case opened by Ms. Sanders on September 20th, 2012, regarding the rear of the property where the stucco repair work appears to have been done, needs to be painted with a fresh coat of paint. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Simone Hippolyte.
And
I'm the owner.
Good evening.
Thank you.
ma'am.
This is a new case. Do you understand the violation that the city has cited?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Sanders will explain why she cited your house, and then if you have any questions for her, you can ask her questions, or you can make a statement to the court. Ms. Sanders.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a case for an exterior wall that needs to be painted. I first initially noted this property while doing another officer actually first noted this while doing a sweep of the area, my zone. Following up, I went back in September, found that the violation did exist, sent a couple of letters, had no contact from the property owner. As of today, the wall, in addition to more than just the rear, the garage door and the north side wall all need painting. But again, I've had no contact with the property owner at all. So I'll let her explain what's going on with the property because it still remains.
Do we have any photographs?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I have photographs depicting today, and I have back from September, and I took some in December showing the status of what it was looking like.
Okay.
Hippolyte, you were shown some photos. Is this your house?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ma'am, do you understand the violation?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What are you going to do to paint the house?
Have it done as soon as possible. You heard that say so, when you need something done, you have to do it yourself. Okay, I left Miami in September 19, going to assist my daughter in California, which was involved in a car accident. But around October, one of my sons called me and he told me, I saw in your gate a note, a pink notice. I said, if you see a pink notice, take care of it. It's probably from the city. He told me, okay, he will do it. Then every time I talk to him, I say, have you take care of it? Oh, don't worry about it, Mama. I did it. And then I was still in California until December the 30th. I came on the 30th. When I came, I find a mail that is set somewhere for me, and that's between the mails I find the notice that I have to come here tonight. So I didn't have time to repair nothing or to do whatever needs to be done, even to reset an appointment with you all. So that's why I'm here tonight.
Okay, so you're asking for time to get it done?
Please. Yes, please.
And you believe you can get it done within the next 30 days?
Yes, it will be done.
Okay.
The same one who had the note, we didn't do nothing about it. He will have to work on it.
Okay, ma'am. We will give you the opportunity to get it done. We will postpone it till February 6th.
Okay.
And get it done. If it's done, contact the code enforcement officer, let her know.
I promise.
And that way you don't have to come back here.
Promise.
If it's not done, then you have to come back, okay?
No, I will not. I don't want to come back. You all look nice, but I wouldn't like to come back for that. Thank you.
Thank you,
for
ma'am.
coming
Happy New
tonight.
Year.
Thank you. You too.
The next case is agenda item 24, Jeanette Bose, for the homesteaded property of 655 Northeast 131st Street, case CETRE 2012-00001.
Good evening. My name is Janet Bossy.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
Your Honor, this case was cited against Ms. Bosey on August 17, 2012. It was heard on October 3rd and tabled to January. This is a case where a tree on Ms. Bosey's property, a live oak, had been cut down and the tree canopy destroyed. And the city had sent her a letter on August 17, 2012, indicating that she had to replace the tree canopy by either planting 7 shade trees or 12 palm trees, or paying the sum of $2,100 into the city's tree replacement fund. At the time of the last hearing, Ms. Bosey asked for additional time, and so we're here tonight for a report from her on what she has done to bring this into compliance.
Yes. I remove the trees. The part I should remove, I remove it. The back is clean, and I bought some mango trees to plant there.
Have you planted the trees, the mango trees?
They said I have to look for the time to plant them, but I have them there, in the back to plant.
When do you plant? When are you going to have them planted?
Maybe in 2 more weeks, I'm going to plant them.
And how many of those do you have?
They say I got like 5.
Okay.
Yes.
And would that satisfy the? It will, Mr. Grant?
The city was asking for 7, but if you have 5 mango trees,
yes,
the city would accept 5 in this
Okay.
circumstance.
All
And
right.
under the circumstance, I would not be opposed to tabling the case and bring it back in February for report if necessary. And Ms. Bose would have the understanding that you need to contact our office when
yes.
the trees are planted so we can inspect to make sure the trees are planted, then we can close this case.
Okay.
Okay, get
That'd
it
be
done
okay.
as soon as possible, ma'am, and contact the city, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you.
Okay?
Thank you. After
If you-
15 days, right?
That's it. We
Okay.
will, yeah. You just call us when the trees are in the ground.
Do I have the number? The number in the paper, I can use it?
Yeah, we'll give you a card.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Thank you for coming tonight. Okay.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Okay, Your Honor, seeing there are no other property owners, violators, attorneys, or other interested parties here, with your permission, we will thank our police officer for being here this evening to
Thank
assist us,
you.
thank our translator, and discharge them
Thank
from
you.
their arduous duties.
Happy New Year.
And we wish you a Happy New Year to everyone. Okay. All right, if we have a number of cases that we will present ex parte, and we'll try to
Ready.
get right through them. One, two, let's see how many. Miss Christie, what do you have, one?
One.
Okay, everyone has one. All right, we'll start with Miss Christie with agenda item 13. Agenda item 13, against Federal National Mortgage Association for the non-Homesteaded property at 841 Northeast 137th Street, CEXP 2012-00195. Miss Christie.
Vital and Christie, code compliance. The property was inspected initially on 10/12/2012 for a painting of the roof or pressure cleaning and painting. Notice was certified mail was sent to the property and notice posted on the 19th. As of today, no contact has been made and the property remains the same. I do have photos for the record.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I am reviewing a photograph that were taken on this date, and am I looking at the roof?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, thank you. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the officer and the photographs, I do find that there is a violation, and we will assess fines at $25 per day with the abatement date of February 5th, 2013.
Thank you.
Thank you, officer. I'm sorry, I do find proper notice.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to move on to Mr. Clark's case, agenda item 12, against Earlene Azor for the non-homesteaded property, 14155 Northeast 14th Avenue, CEXP 2012-00172. Case was opened on September 17, 2012, adjudicated December 5, 2012, with abatement date today, and a fine of not to exceed $25 a day for failure to comply. Mr. Clark.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. I was out to the property this afternoon, and I spoke to a tenant. It's a rental property, considered a duplex, and I made every effort to reach out to the owner, and even the tenant made an effort to try and do so for me. No compliance to date. I'd like to submit the photos for the record. Photos were just taken this afternoon.
Okay. Reviewing photographs that were taken on this date, showing the paint. Is it the paint on the sidewall? Okay. And it's the same condition as it was back in December?
Yes, you want to see? Well, I have some photos prior to that of December 21st. I'd like to submit for the record also.
Okay. Have you noticed any changes?
Negative. None at all.
Okay. Based on the photographs that you have submitted, comparing the two, the ones that were taken on this date and the ones that were taken back in November 21st, it shows that they're in the same condition today as they were back then. Thank you, officer. I find based on the unrebutted testimony of the officer and based on the evidence presented that the violation still exists, the property owner has once again failed to appear and absented herself from these proceedings. I will find, okay, we already had a finding of guilt in favor of the city in December, and therefore the daily fine of $25 per day is hereby ratified.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
All right, y'all have a nice evening.
Good evening. Okay, the next case, agenda item number 30 from Mr. Kierson against, for the property owner Joan Whitaker, Kenneth Hiller, who have a homesteaded property at 2105 Exora Road, KCEMIS 2012-00030. Mr. Kierson.
Good evening and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, Officer Kierson.
Ivy Kierson, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer of the North Miami Police Department. This is a new case. Property owner is Joan Whitaker and Kenneth Heller. Address is 2105 Exora Road. This is a homesteaded property. It is not vacant. It's occupied. This property, it does have some life safety issues on regard to this property. I cited this property owner for violation of Code Section 549, Section 5-49. The exterior surfaces shall be kept free from materials, objects, and conditions which will have an adverse effect on adjacent premises. The property owner, I have not been able to speak with the property owner in reference to the violation. I sent out a violation letter back on November the 2nd. I did receive a fax from Mr. Heller stating that he would not be in attendance for the hearing, but he doesn't feel that he is in violation of any ordinance that we may have. And what happened is this property has a running fine on it for its roof. What he has is a blue tarp that's on top of the roof. And he was cited some years ago. His roof was damaged during Hurricane Wilma. For some reason, he still has not been able to get this roof fixed, and because of the blue tarp and the condition that it's in, it is become a blight to the neighborhood. And I'd like to submit the pictures in the record for the file.
I'm reviewing photographs that were taken in December 19th, showing the blue tarp on top of the roof.
And you should see one that shows at the bottom from today as well.
Today's date?
It's on that same page.
Okay. Okay, so I'm comparing the two photographs, and they're in the same condition today as it was back in December. So there's been no changes, no improvements whatsoever.
No.
Did you say it is or it's not a life safety issue?
Because of the overall condition of his property, because of the fact that we've had to cut it, and it's just not the it's not just the blue tarp, but it's just his overall property, his maintenance of the property. I've had to send our crews out there to cut it on a number of times. I've had to cite him about his pool. He has a pool in the rear of the property that was filled with water. He's pumped it out on a number of occasions, but it's just a continuous problem.
So the city has a history with this property?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the officer and the evidence presented showing that the violation does exist, you indicated that you had made contact with the property owner and therefore he is aware that we have a hearing today.
Yes.
However, he has chosen to absent himself from this proceedings.
Yes.
I find there is proper notice. I find that there is a violation, and we will set a fine of $50 per day with an abatement date of February 5th, 2013. Thank you, officer.
Thank you. We're going to move on now to agenda item 44, Mr. Wilcox's case. This one's complied, excuse me. Thank you for correcting me. All right, and agenda item number 50 for Mr. Code Officer Kierson against the property owner of Thor Solberg Garo Corporation, a non-homesteaded property at 2381 Bayview Lane, KCE MHO 2012-00047. This is a new case opened by Code Officer Kierson on June 28, 2012.
Ivy Kierson, City of North Miami Code Compliance Unit of the North Miami Police Department. Property address is 2381 Bayview Lane, owner is Thor Solberg Corp. This is a non-homesteaded property. It is not a life safety violation issue. This property was cited for a minimum housing for their roof. Their roof was damaged back on the 28th of June 2012. I received a complaint from one of the neighboring property owners about the overall condition of the property. That's when I determined that the roof was severely damaged and it needed to be repaired. During that period, I did make contact with the owner, Thor Solberg, and he has obtained a building permit to repair the roof, and he has been doing so, but it's been at a very slow pace, and I have been working with Mr. Solberg and trying to give him the adequate time to get this roof repaired. Just today, he had a crew out there working, doing. They were actually putting applying the hot mop on the roof. That's it's like the tar, and this is one of the second parts of the permit, because they put one section of the roof where they actually put the tar paper down. They had to get an inspection for that, and they actually called in an inspection for today, and they had the hot mop today. However, because this has been dragging on for so long, I would just like to go ahead and I even spoke with the city attorney, Ms. Warren, and I thought it would be wise for us to just go ahead and get an adjudication to kind of encourage him, just in case if he does not finish this, say by next month, that we can maybe look to start finding him. But he's aware of it. Mr. Solberg is aware of it, and I spoke with him today about this, and I told him that he really need to actually go ahead and get this finished. If you would like, I have a picture from this morning,
Sure.
Prior to them actually putting the hot mop, so you can see what it looked like before they finished it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I am reviewing photographs that were taken on this day. I am seeing what appears to be workers on top of the roof working. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just, Your Honor, I mean, in looking at the case history, this is a case that opened on June 28th. It's currently January. Typically, a re-roof with a permit does not take this amount of time, not even close to this amount of time. It has been postponed at the officer's discretion several times up until today. What the city would look for is a finding of guilt and an abatement date and a fine hanging over this person's head to provide some incentive to quicken up the process.
Normally, when the homeowner is actually or has actually made the effort to remedy the violation, we're quite lenient in terms of how we address the issue. But in this case, I would have liked to hear directly from Mr. Solberg to know whether or not the delay is, on his part, or whether it's the crew or the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can speak on that, and it is on Mr. Solberg.
Okay.
And he has confirmed that to me, and along with the actual contractor. So that's why I made it, made him aware that this cannot drag out any longer because he does live in New Jersey. The property is it is vacant. It was his parents' home, I believe, and because of the fact that some of the hardships that he went through with Hurricane Sandy made me a little bit. I felt for him, so I said, okay, I'll work with you. But now, he has a crew out here, and I made him understand he needs to go ahead and push this along because it's been going on too long. So that's why I think that we should just find him guilty and set an abatement date and a fine if he doesn't get this done.
I have to agree with you and agree with the city attorney. I do notice that you have postponed this matter at least 4 times.
Yes.
So this matter has been going on long enough, and Mr. Solberg is aware of what's going on and what he needs to do. So based on your evidence, unrebutted evidence of the code enforcement officer and the evidence that has been presented, I find that the violation does exist. I find that the property owner is aware of these proceedings but has failed to appear. I find there's proper notice, and we will issue a fine of $50 per day with the abatement date of February 5th, 2013. Thank you, officer.
Thank you.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the last case is agenda item 53, Mr. Wilcox's case. Victor Capellas, you have 2.
We have 53, and what's the other one?
How about Philip Joseph with the CE?
What agenda item number?
Yeah, for the junk, for the junk violation, not for the IVY.
We show that's complied.
No, that's for the IVY.
We had removed it from the calendar.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's go to 53, and I'll look for 51. Let me read this in the record. Agenda item 53, Victor Capellas, homesteaded property, 300 Northwest 136th Street, CEMHO 2012-00074. Mr. Wilcox.
Yes, Officer Wilcox here, North Miami Code Compliance. Property address 300 Northwest 136th Street. The property is homesteaded. There is no life or safety issues here. I initially, and the property was cited on the code section 5-45, minimum housing openings. This violation was observed on November 15th. I received a complaint on November 13th from the police department when they went out there and they notified me of a broken window on the west side of the property. I went out to the location on the 12th, on 11/11, and observed a violation. And I have the photos here, and I also have an incident report from the police officer stating the broken window on the property. I'm gonna submit the photos into record.
Thank you. I am reviewing a photograph that was taken on this date. Okay. Is the window completely out? I can't, it's dark,
Yes,
I can't see.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's completely
So it's a
out.
completely broken window?
Yes, completely broken.
Okay.
This is a vacant property also.
Okay. Has there been any contact with the property owners?
No.
Okay. And notice was given on what date?
Property was posted with notice to appear on December 21st, 2012.
Okay. Based on the testimony given by the officer and the evidence presented by the code enforcement officer, I find that there is a violation. I find proper notice. I assessed a fine of $25 per day with the abatement date of February 5th, 2013.
Thank you. And now we're going to go back to agenda item 41.
Yes.
Philippe Joseph? Okay.
Yes.
Philippe Joseph for the non-homesteaded property at 260 Northwest 134th Street, CEJNK 2012-00152. Mr. Wilcox.
Yes, Officer Wilcox, City of North Miami Code Compliance. Property address is located at 260 Northwest 134th Street. It's a non-homesteaded property. The property is occupied, and the property was cited for junk on the code section.
Officer, can I
Yes.
stop you for 1 second? Where are we? Agenda item number?
41.
41. Okay. I had put it away.
So did I.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem. Continue.
Yes.
Okay. Let me start it over here. Officer Wilcox, City of North Miami Code Compliance. Property address is located at 260 Northwest 134th Street. Non-homesteaded property. There is no health or life or safety issue at the property. The property was cited for junk under section 1019. I observed this violation on November 8, 2012. I sent out a notice for notice of compliance letter out to the property owner on November 14, 2012. And the property was posted with no notice to appear December 19, 2012. This is a junk vehicle in the back of the property. It's a front cap of the vehicle in the rear of the property. I'm gonna submit the photos into record.
Did you say it is homesteaded or vacant? Is it occupied?
It's non-homesteaded and occupied.
And occupied.
Non-homesteaded,
Okay.
occupied.
Okay. I am looking at photographs that were taken on this date, and I am seeing, is it a section of the vehicle?
Yes, that's the
It's-
front cap of the vehicle.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, based on the unrebutted testimony of the officer and the evidence presented, I find in favor of the city. I find that the violation does exist. I find there was proper notice. The homeowner is absent, has failed to appear. We will assess fines, daily fines of $25 with an abatement date of February 5th, 2013. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Officer Wilcox. And, Your Honor, this concludes the presentation of cases for this evening. We have no old business, no new business, no monkey business, no business whatsoever. So,
Great.
with your
We're adjourned.
if it's your will and pleasure, we will adjourn for the evening.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
Thank you, and wishing everyone again a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.